Welcome to another live broadcast where it's 80 plus degrees down here in Florida. And it's a beautiful evening. Now it's gotten down to the 70s tonight because it's the nighttime when I go live on YouTube. I try to go live every night and pick a topic, something we talk about. I read every comment that comes live in the chat room and we could talk about anything. If you want to be part of that, you hit the subscribe button. Then when you hit the bells, little bell symbol, you select all that you want to be notified all the time. Then you come in here and it's magic. At least I'm thankful for it. You know what I mean? Because it gives me a productive outlet to share my life. I have fun. I have fun with it. And we have fun with it today on my YouTube channel. One poll, a question that I pose to people is, what type of person do you prefer to date? A hot person, a rich person, or a smart person? Out of those three, hot, rich, or smart, guess what people chose? Smart. And, love and respect. There's no right or wrong answer, but I find that amazing. I find that amazing that in society where, now it's not even odd to have plastic surgery. It's not even odd to do all types of things to be physically more attractive, that the majority of people that I polled said they'd rather be with a smart person. I mean, beauty fades. So it's actually smart not to be with a hot person just because they're hot, because beauty fades. As you get older, beauty fades. And I always talk about, the movie Shallow Hal kind of taught us that lesson. And as I get older and as I mature, I definitely see the value in, connecting with people that aren't just physically attractive, even though physical beauty is a gift, but, that we connect with on an energy level, on a similar mindset, similar goal level, because that is what will maintain your peace. You'll lose your peace when you chase the wrong things. You get your peace when you connect with the right things. On the live chatting, we got 504 boy. Greetings, Sam. Thank you, 504. Good to see you. Thank you for the positive vibes. Thank you for the support. I read your comments. I appreciate that. Tima, hey, Sam. Hope you're well. I'm doing well. Every day we navigate life to try to keep ourselves in a good space, to try not to over criticize ourselves, try not to look too far in our past, try not to look too far in our future, and enjoy the moment. I was talking to a friend today online, and that's what she was saying, which I agree with, that she's taking the good days when she can get them. Shout out to Karen. And I've often shared that, and I think that's wisdom. Take the good days when you can take them and make the most of each day. That's all you can do. And so overall, I have a lot to be thankful for. I'm not in physical pain. I'm not in really any mental pain today. And I'm thankful to be in Florida. I'm thankful in the middle of November where it's like 20 degrees. Some places there's palm trees, right over my shoulder. This was my dream. This was my dream. And how do you get to your dream? By reaching. You have to reach. If you never ask, the answer is always no. Every conversation is an opportunity for you to reach for what you want. I would love a remote position. Are there any available? Keep me in mind when there are. I would love for you to click the thumbs up on the video. If you can, I appreciate that. Are you free to go out to the movies this weekend? It will be a great time. I heard some guy on a phone when I was walking by him today in the street. He was asking a girl on a date, and it was like him answering for her, which I've been there. He goes, "I would love to take you out on a date if you're free for dinner on Saturday. But if you got something to do, don't worry about it. And you have to catch yourself, because you're not reaching when you start to ask a question and then you start to answer a question in a negative tone. If you ask someone on a date, Don't say, I would love to take you out on Saturday, but if you don't want to do it, I understand. Don't start that. Now, I've done that. So if you want, to a promotion, if you want a different position in your job, in your company, you don't say, well, if there's a manager position that comes open, let me know. You say that, let me know. You don't say, well, if something comes up, keep me in mind if you want. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you have to be bold enough to reach for what you want. You don't get next to palm trees by sitting in New Jersey, freezing your ass at Walmart, and watching me live. You get in New Jersey, you get into Florida by being bold enough to reach for your keys and getting on I-95. To do things, you have to learn to get bold. You have to learn to put yourself out there. Now you get hurt. You're going to get hurt. And as I often say, sometimes I get hurt and I don't want to get back up. And sometimes I got to take a couple days to lick my wounds. I have it tattooed on my back, fall 7 times, get up 8. Which is a Japanese proverb, also origins from the Bible. You fall 7 times, get up 8. Because let me tell you something, if you're bold enough to reach for what you want, you're going to get your hand smacked. It's happened to me. But the opposite of that, when you don't reach for what you want, when you don't clearly ask, when you're not bold enough to assert yourself, the opposite of that, get in the back of the line with the rest of the people that are insecure and won't speak up. You have every right, if you're not manipulating, hurting, or oppressing someone, to reach for what you want. And when you reach for what you want, you don't have to pull someone else down. You could just reach. There's many times in the scriptures and wise people throughout life, business leaders and everyone, that caution us away from being too timid. Humility, yes, you got to have humility. You got to have confidence, though. And I always say that's this tough balance, and I failed in that area at times. But you have to get away from, I'm too shy to speak up. I'm too shy to clearly articulate what I want from this relationship, business relationship or personal. And guess what? Many times you're not going to get what you reach for. And many times you're going to have to remember, fall 7 times, stand up 8. There was a scripture that there was some old ass lady that wanted justice. But the judge was, slow in ruling on the case. And he really didn't care about it. It was like insignificant to him. It didn't matter to him. But this old lady was persistent and kept reaching for justice. And through her consistent reaching, it weared out the judge. And finally, he just said, look, just give her what she wants. In life, if you're in college, you're going to have to learn to start to reach and get serious. In life, if you're middle-aged and you want to turn your life around because you're not happy with your physical health, you're not happy with where you're living, you're not happy with the relationship, your life, you got to start reaching for a better life. Because it doesn't just happen. And, I know Funkmaster Flex, he's a DJ in New York. He used to say, don't reach. Meaning like, don't overreach. Don't over assert yourself, or, don't ask for too much. And I think that's wisdom. I think human nature is we all overreach. We all get greedy. That's human nature. So, but I caution you to never reach. If you never reach, you'll never get it. If you never ask, the answer is always no. No one knows your request, your wants, until you reach for them, until you make them clear, consistently, persistently, until you go after it with tenacity. with a little bit of, this person's a little bit of a pain in the ass. Sometimes the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Now, sometimes the squeaky wheel gets traded in. So, you want to be the squeaky wheel, but you don't want to be too squeaky because eventually they'll just trade you in for a different car. You got to find that balance. But that's the core message. I don't want to drag it out. We'll get to the live comments, but that's what's on my heart tonight. All right, now back to the live comments. Ice thesis. Let me wipe my sweat, brother. We're down here in Florida. It's cold everywhere else, but it's hot here, and I'm thankful for that. Ice thesis. It is supposed to snow tonight. My mom told me that. Oh, crazy. Snow looks beautiful. Nope, disaster in my opinion. I would prefer to date a smarter person, but have sex with a hot person. Damn, you want your cake and eat it too. I'm not mad at that. Somebody give me a cake emoji with a hot girl bikini emoji. Good job, Rob. What's up, Sam? What's up, brother? Hope you are doing well, my man. I am. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I got to just remember all the positive blessings in my life, be grateful for that, and you got to just make the most of each day. I got to make the most of each day. I hope you are doing well also. Glenn, what's up, brother? Greetings from Fort Worth, Texas. Idiot YouTube didn't remind me again that you're here. That sucks, but thank you for joining and thank you for being here. So we're just going to make the most of it. Thank you, Rob. Be aware, Florida going to get cold front. Yeah, right. Coming this weekend, supposedly. I have to Google that. A cold front in Florida is like maybe 60 degrees. I think I was here once when I was in North Florida. It got like 50 degrees. At night, it got like 50 or 40, but I don't remember during the day getting below 60. So I'd rather be in Florida than anywhere else. So I'll take my chances. Good job, though. Ice thesis. What should I do if I can sleep some nights and want to walk, but it's 3 a.m. and nothing is open and parks are not really good, night, especially when it's cold? If it is safe and you're not in a bad neighborhood where you have to worry about your personal safety, walk. At 3 a.m., bundle up, put your headphones on, and walk. But in my opinion, how do you avoid sleepless nights? Wake up early, take no naps during the course of the day, and every hour you get up and you go for a 10-minute walk. And at some portion of the day, you do a workout about 15 to 20 minutes with weights. And if you wake up early, if you walk for 10 minutes every hour, if you do a 15 to 20 minute workout with weights, and if you don't take naps, by 10 o'clock and you watch a little bit of free porn at 10 o'clock, you're going to be sleeping like a baby. That's what happens to me. Good job. Glenn, cold as ice here in Texas. I'm sorry, I heard it's cold in Texas. That's amazing. Free to be me. That's my brother. When you're on, you see outer instead of inner beauty. Look, as I get older, and I don't say this like trying to be like extra sensitive guy. This is real observation. As I get older, I value more the person's character and their energy more than their looks. And someone left a comment on the survey, and they said that, and I totally agree with that. Because as you get older, you realize that. And look, now obviously you still have to. If you're going to date someone, I ain't dating no one. But if you're going to date someone, you have to be attracted to them to a certain point. But again, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I knew a guy that he loved overweight chicks. I said about before. We used to call him Heavy D. So, I know girls that dated guys with beer guts, and look, everyone. There's somebody out there for everyone. You understand what I'm saying? And so, but it's like anything else. You're going to get rejected, but you have to reach. You want the hot girl, you got to reach. You want the girl that's got good energy, you got to. Even a girl that's got good energy and is a good character, and maybe some people don't think she's hot. Even her, you still have to reach. And what I've learned in life is the hottest girls, they're going to come up to you first. Because they know they're hot, and they're like, they're looking for the girl with the nice energy and the good temperament and the good characteristics. She's shy as hell. You got to reach. You see her in Starbucks looking hot, you got to reach. Now, truth be told, I was in Starbucks today, and I came across the manager, saw me, and she started caressing my shoulder. Now, like the Seinfeld episode, yeah, it moved a little bit, and I'm not going to tell you what moved. But I was like, easy. Now, she's married, too. Now, I said, easy. I said, all right, I'll just take a pike with soy milk on the side. Was something else about to pop on the side? Not for me. But, it's crazy out there. All right, good job. AJ, what's up, brother? AJ's got a new profile picture. I can't tell what it is. What is that? Beautiful night tonight. Yeah, he's down in Miami. Might even sleep with the car off. Oh yeah, because he when you have a Toyota Prius, you can sleep with it on, and you can use the AC or the heat, and it operates off the hybrid battery. And it will start, depending on how hot or cold it is, it'll start maybe every 15 minutes or every half hour, depending on the outside temperature. Yeah, oh, tonight, yeah, tonight's going to be gorgeous. Next, if it's going to get cooler here, it's going to be even better. Ice thesis, 30 degrees in Baltimore. Oh, that's a disaster. And they are calling for snow. I heard about that. And schools to be canceled. Huh. I knew the children are happy. Yeah, I used to be happy about that. At least, but the parents are stressed. Yeah, I don't blame them. I pray for the parents. They're stressed because they got to go to work, and now they got to figure out what they're going to do with their kids. I understand. My heart goes out to them. Love and respect. Gleno, 24 here in Fort Worth. Damn, that's cool. Gleno, Burr, I can. T-Dot, the Canadians are in the building. T-Dot is a very interesting viewer from Canada. We love her. Let's see what T-Dot got to say. Hello? I posted some comments, but they do not show up. Uh-oh. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. YouTube comment boxes are becoming annoying. Well, I'm sorry, but I appreciate your persistence because I know you reach. I could tell that you're persistent, and I appreciate, you coming in here constantly and adding something to it. Thank you, T-Dot. Thank you. Ice thesis. What was your biggest stress today, Sam? Good question. It wasn't that much of a stressful day, to be honest with you. But my biggest stressful day is, sometimes I worry about, well, I don't want to lose what I have. I don't want to lose the fact that I could live in Florida. I don't ever want to have to leave here. I don't ever want to have to live anywhere else. I don't ever want to have to, do something else. I mean, it's like, so, that's a small stress. Work wasn't too bad today. My health is good. Today was overall a good day. I would love to be living off investments or something like that, but I'm just like everyone else. I go to work every day. So, in my mind, you always have a dream that you want to, be able to just live life on your own terms. But there's a level of life that, for most people, you have to sacrifice and you have to, put in the work. But that being said, I'm thankful because it took me a lot of years to get here, and I'm blessed, and I'm not going to complain. So no big stress. How about you? Free to be me. No guts, no glory. That's true. Now, I'm totally not supporting totally go out there and just be reckless because, again, you're going to get burnt. I've got burnt, and sometimes it's going to be painful, okay? But, again, you have to assert yourself a little bit. You have to learn to speak up a little bit. You have to learn to ask for what you want. But you have to temper that. You have to balance that with humility, reason, all those different things. It's, again, the biggest thing in society and human nature is to struggle with balance. And that's what we struggle with. Ice thesis. How do you feel about the Amazon corporate tax breaks from the state like PA and Virginia to attempt to bring them to headquarters into their states? I just like how billionaires have plateau instead. Well, look, I mean, how a state looks at it is if they can suck them in, if they can get them in their state, then they're going to create jobs. And if they create jobs, then everyone who's on a payroll is going to pay taxes. And if people get jobs in that area, they're going to buy houses, and houses are sources. Even if they rent, then it's going to help the property owners, and it just helps the community. So it's just like, when you used to get like an introductory price for your cell phone or whatever, it's to get people in. And then once you get them in, it takes a long time for them to leave. So, I mean, I could understand the incentive. I mean, you have to have a system that has incentives, but I just think we don't have enough balance in that system. I believe we have too much corporate welfare, okay? Corporate welfare. They love to talk about the other welfare. They love to talk about entitlements, but they did permanent corporate tax reform and temporary middle class tax reform. So I'm glad they did corporate tax reform, but why did they make that permanent and the middle class temporary? I'll tell you why. Because they run the country. And that's the way it is. But I'm not mad at incentives. I just think you can have it both. You have to balance it. There's nothing wrong with saying, look, you're a big corporation. You do create jobs and you do provide a better. There's nothing wrong with that. That shouldn't be evil. We'll give you an incentive. But also, like again, you have a middle class and a lower class tax incentive. Also, a level of your proceeds that you pay in taxes uh, will form a basic, $1 billion company like Amazon, should have mandatory, healthcare requirement as far as like, well, they do provide $15 minimum wage per hour, so I'll give them credit for that. And I don't know their healthcare program, but you can't count on individual corporations to do that on the masses. That has to be tied to regulation. So I had no problem with the corporate tax reform, but they gave them a huge percentage break. They should have took a percent. They give them 10, 15% off their taxes. They should have took 5% from that pool and put that into universal basic health care. And they still would have netted, still paying less taxes. But they didn't do that. They just gave them all the money and said, look, that's it. And so, yes, that did help the economy, but long term, it's still going to hurt it. Why? Because long term, the wealthiest are still getting wealthier. The middle and lower class are still, on average, shrinking. There are job opportunities, still a great country to live in and everything else, but it's out of balance. So overall, like that's my view on the corporate structure in America. Tima, we have to let go of the fear of failing. Let go of it, but remember, it is painful. When you get rejected, painful. I remember applying for a job 5 years ago with the same company I'm with now. At that time, we were a different company. We were still, we had got bought out a couple times. But I remember I was applying for an internal transfer because at that time, it was one of the first semi-remote positions that came available. And I said, I'm going for it. And I kind of knew I was going like a little bit ahead of, like I was jumping 2 positions ahead of where I was at. But I was like, fuck it, I'm going to reach. And I knew it would be, the odds were against me. But I said, yeah, I got nothing to lose. If anything, I just end up right where I'm at now. Again, if you ask, sometimes the worst thing they can say is no. But no hurts. But they're never going to say yes if you don't ask. So I decided to apply. So I applied 5 years ago to the semi-remote position. I knew the odds were against me, but I really put my best foot forward in the interview. And I got a call back a couple weeks later from like the head executive guy. And he said, Sam, I wanted to call you directly. I wanted to let you know we didn't choose you for the position. But you really did a great job in the interview and, proud of you for trying. And I was devastated. Like, I didn't think I would be hurt for failing because I was like, I got nothing to lose. It's not going to hurt me if I fail, but I was hurt. Like, my confidence took a little bit of a beating. You're never prepared to get rejected, even when you're prepared. And so I was a little beat up. And I said, but I was like, I thank you for the opportunity. But sure enough, years later, that interview, that failure, standing before and interviewing before some of those executives was a seed that allowed me to progress in the company and eventually get where I'm at now, because some of the executives that were in that meeting that went higher up, they remembered me. And I kind of like put a little bit of an impression on them. And so I got kicked in the gut. It hurt, but I planted a seed. Now the seed took 3 years, 4 years to grow. And I kept asking, like when we were in certain meetings, like any remote positions available, I'll throw it out there. And I remember like one of my coworkers say, Sam, you keep asking that. What do you think they're going to say yes? I said, well, I'm going to keep asking. So, that's the hard part about planting a seed. If you're like me, you're impatient. And the thing with planting the seed is it doesn't bloom the next day. I actually have that tattooed on my arm. To get a flower, you have to plant a seed. But when we plant a seed, the flower doesn't bloom tomorrow or the next day. Sometimes it takes a whole season, 3-4 months. Sometimes it takes a year. Sometimes it takes even more for that seed to take root and show you visual evidence of it was a good thing that you planted the seed. And human nature, like me, we're all impatient. But you have to learn to reach And you probably are going to fail like I did many times, but you're planting a seed and you're moving the ball forward. And there's going to be times where you don't fail. And, that's what you got to remember. Good job. ISIS. I know Amazon brings jobs, but they need to hold up their end. Well, they did hold up their end with a $15 minimum wage for all their employees. That's effective immediately. I think they passed that about a month ago. I give Bernie Sanders for putting pressure on him, and I give Trump credit for, setting a business-friendly atmosphere. But again, he should have tied the corporate tax reform with a level of all companies, including Walmart and everyone, to a level of $15 minimum wage and some basic health care. And then you could have both. You could have a thriving corporate culture and you could have a thriving middle class. It's like, but we never want to have both. We struggle with balance. It's either corporations are all evil or corporations are capitalist, beautiful America. But you need balance. That's what you need. And that's the hard part about life. Tom Hanks, what's up, brother? Shout out to North Carolina and Blanton. Blanton was on the live, well, not the live. He was on the survey today that I did. Which type of person do you prefer to date? A hot person? A smart person or a rich person? What did Blanton say? I don't remember what Blanton said. Did Blanton say he'd date a hot person? Blanton, you out there? ISIS. If you could leave one message with your channel, what would it be? One day at a time. One day at a time. Push forward one day at a time. That's all we can do. That's what's on my Instagram. That's what comes to mind. Life is overwhelming. It's hard enough. You just got to take life one day at a time. You got to make the most of each day. And you got to take the good days when you can take them. There's so much other stuff, but you always have to remember that basic principle. True Colors, what's up, brother? The hot girl can become wiser and smarter in time. Yeah, right. The ugly girl can't improve. Now, the hot girl, look, once in a while you may hit the jackpot. But it's not like, I don't want to mock the hot girl either, right? Because everyone has a gift. Beauty is a gift. Being intelligent is a gift. Being financially rich, that's a gift. Everything, everyone has different gifts. So, but what I am making conscious of is that you have to be sure, especially like if you're dating, or even if you're friends, if you're connecting with someone on an intimate level, what's the basis of your connection? Is it just because she's hot or he's got tall and nice ass? Because that's going to end in a disaster. Now, when you're young and immature, that's what you may want. That's all right. I did that too. But as you get older, you have to really look at life like that. Because it just helps you put... The biggest thing that's going to destroy your life is having the wrong people around you. And, we joke and all that and everything like that. But, the biggest place that I'm always at is like, look, life is hard. And I'm blessed. I got a good... But what can make life unbearable is the wrong people in your life. And you don't need that. Not good. Not good. Can really hurt you. ISIS. You don't want to get in love in a love triangle. Oh, I've been there. In Starbucks manager. Yeah, I know. I ain't going to do that. I almost got there one time. Good luck with that. Ha. Yeah, I don't. Well, I will never have an affair with a married woman. Now, I'm not going to lie to you because I don't want to see her on a pedestal. I have masturbated to married women. Like, there's some hot married women that I went home and, where I went in backseat and, I masturbated to them. Now, but better that than me getting caught in a love triangle. But I got to be honest, that's the truth. Katrina! Hey, what's going on? Oh, it's only 40 degrees in Georgia? Well, that's not too bad. That's good sleeping in your car weather. Good to see you. Woohoo. Sam, today I did a leaf cleanup. Good job. In 20-degree weather. I'm not mad at that. You're almost in San Diego. Don't worry. Next week, I'll clean up windows in 80-degree weather. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Good job. Woohoo. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. That may help your business too. Woohoo is in the car cleaning, not car cleaning, but window cleaning business. Him and DTM Professional Window Cleaners got a couple people in that business. And definitely, I would think a warmer climate would give you more business because more people want to clean their windows. When it's 20 degrees outside, who the hell cares if their window's dirty? You can't get out there and clean that. AJ, profile pictures, the Miami Beach Boardwalk. I got to be on that, man. I got to check that out. 5-mile jog every morning. Well, I was in Miami Sunday morning. I was there for about like a couple hour, and I got the hell out of there. It was too crowded. I gotta be uh, Boca Raton, a little bit south of Boca Raton is about south that I like to go. It gets too crowded down in Miami, but a lot of jobs in Miami. I may have to check the boardwalk out. I mean, I've been there before, just a little too crowded. Love and respect. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're making money. I hope you're being safe, and I hope you're loving yourself, brother. Got love for you, man. I hope your family's doing good too. AJ's family was out here in Miami over the weekend. AJ, his family from up north, and AJ lives full time out of his Toyota Prius. And what did he do? He rented a hotel room for his family, and they just lived a dream. Look, just remember, you can always rent a hotel room, and you just do you. You don't need to like have a house to entertain your family. T. Dot. When done with this live chat, do you watch the Avalon movie scene? It's hilarious. No, when I'm done with this live chat, I'm gonna go take a shower in a campground and watch some free porn. Good job. Ice Thesis. R.I.P. Stan Fee. What does that mean? Impotent of creativity. I don't know him. All right, I'm not mad at that. Well, who's Sam? Is there a way to send messages on YouTube platform? There used to be, but they got rid of it. Ice Thesis. I heard someone say today they miss dating. I thought this person loves to play the game. Well, that's understandable. I don't want to judge that as I get mature. Look, drama is fun. Drama's fun. Gambling's fun. There's a lot of things in life that just makes life a little bit more fun. So am I against all those things with a blanket statement? No. I mean, but dating is risky. Am I against all risk? No. But you have to learn to balance risk with safety. So you got to learn to take calculated risk. And you got to learn to reach. Now, the problem is human nature. We overreach. I remember, dating a hot girl and I saw her a couple nights. And then I knew I was pushing my luck. I said, well, maybe we can get together again tonight. And even after I texted her that, I said, I know I'm pushing my luck because I overreached. Now I was becoming like a little bit of a clingy guy, but I couldn't get enough. It was very good, but that's where it started to go sour. I overreached. So you got to reach. If you don't ask for the number, you ain't getting the number. Now just take that as a metaphor, but you can take it literally too. But once you get the number, I mean, if you keep going after it, then it's too much. Not easy to control human nature. T. Sammy. Technically, when are all the snowbirds going to Florida for the winter? It is March, April. They start in November to come down here. After Christmas, the full migration is here. So after Christmas, from January to the end of March is the main snowbird season. But I'm not mad at them. I am not, now that I'm a full-time Floridian, I'm not going to be one of these people that curse the snowbirds because I was once a snowbird visitor and I want them to enjoy the beautifulness of Florida. There used to be people in New Jersey that lived on the Jersey Shore that cursed people from up North Jersey and New York City for coming down. I can't wait till the Northerners get out of the Jersey Shore so it can be quiet again. If it wasn't for the people up North Jersey, you wouldn't have an economy. You wouldn't have anything. And same thing with the snowbirds. And they bring a huge amount of revenue. That's why there's no state income tax in Florida, because of the tourist revenue. You can't cut off your arm to spite your face. I mean, you can't cut off your nose to spite your face. We all need each other, okay? And so, don't hate. Period. Good job. Isis. Could you possibly do another car setup video in the future? I'll make a mental note. If you want, thank you. Have you had to replace anything recently in your car? No, thank God, no. I do probably have to get the brakes done relatively, I don't know soon, but probably within a year. And other than that, I will make a mental note to make another car video if possible, or if the right moment presents itself. I tend to make more videos on the weekends because that's when I have more free time. But I'm going to make a mental note, brother, and thank you. Isis. My home screen says, remember pain and agony. Well, thank you. I have a phone reminder in my calendar to go off every day at 7 a.m. and every night 7 p.m. to say, remember how much pain hurts. And shout out to my viewer, Sarah. She messaged me and said she did the same thing. Now, even with that reminder in my phone, sometimes I still get arrogant and prideful, and I can forget. But you have a goal, even if you miss your, aim for the moon, even if you miss your amongst the stars. At least it's a reminder. I try to be a bold person and reach, but I also try to be a compassionate person. I also try to have empathy, and I do. I mean, I I want to be a well-rounded person. And that's what you should shoot for in your own way, being yourself. And so that's what we all strive for. Sam, is that the snow in the background? Yeah, right. Just kidding. Yeah, let me roll down these windows so you can make sure there ain't snow, but I'm not rubbing it in. That's a palm tree. Yeah, baby. Good job. Yes, ice water. Good job. T Dot. And you have to give it rain. I don't know. Make it rain. Good job. True colors. If we want our tree to grow fast, lots of pain means lots of gain. Yeah, that's true. But you can't rush some things in life. Some things are outside of your control. And so plant a seed and then keep moving. Do what you can and then focus on what you can control. It's like you don't plant a seed and then you look at the soil and say, grow, grow, grow. Now, sometimes I've done that in life, metaphorically speaking. But you plant a seed and then you go clean up the house. Now, I don't have a house, but you know what I'm saying? You stay productive. You plant the seed and then you go tend to the other part of the farm. So you do what you can and then you redirect your energy to other stuff that you can control. But you can't control when it's going to rain, how long it's going to take for that seed to grow. But sometimes we stare at it and we think like, grow, damn it. I understand. T. Dot, see, you totally missed my post above. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. About the movie Avalon. I said that. I watch porn. I don't watch Avalon. You cut the turkey without me. I didn't cut the turkey, but I love you. T. Dot, because it's totally out of the question to find a hot and smart person. Well, it is pretty hard. But I don't want to. I just want to find a robot that knows how to speak the language of love and turn herself off and doesn't need oil changes. Othi, hey, I was thinking about becoming an electrician. All right, that's a good trade. What do you think about the field? I saw it as a means to the end. I saw it as a good trade that my father presented himself an opportunity to do it, which I'm thankful for. But I didn't really like working with my hands. I still don't. But I saw it as an opportunity. If I sacrifice 5 years in school and in the field, and I did more than that, I did 10 years, I can build a career off some education and off some experience. And so that's what I did. I worked 40-hour plus weeks. I went to school at night for 5 years. Then I studied. I got my master's electrician license. And I showed up to jobs I hated. I worked for foremen that treated me like crap. I went to work scared. I wanted to throw up most mornings. If that sounds like that's something you want to do, then do it. But that's what it took for me to get, a foundation for a career. I knew it wasn't going to be fun, and it wasn't fun. And that's why now I'm thankful that I'm kind of like in a management position. But I'm 22 years into the same industry. So, the first 10 years of any industry, you're not going to start off as a manager or but I know some people like in the corporate world, they don't want to be in cubicles. They want to work in the field. I don't want to do that. But I had to work in the field. I had to pay my dues to get where I wanted to get. That's my journey. You have to decide for you if that's something you want to do. Glenn O, the hotter they are, the more they struggle, you keeping them faithful. Yeah, hey, look, it's like there's a YouTube video called the Hot Matrix chart. YouTube that. Very funny, very good video. The Hot Matrix chart. Ices. Good night, Sam. Good night to you. These videos help me get through the day. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Love and respect to Baltimore. You're a good man. And what you're doing after the stream. Straight to bed. Yeah, good job. I love you, brother. Stay positive, man. T. Dot, please read comments slower. Thank you. All right, I'll try to. T. Dot, the seed you have to give it rain. T. Dot, I love to ask every electrician I meet if they ever got zapped by electricity. Sam, did you ever get zapped? T. Dot, yes. Richan, why do you want a Prius next? Efficiency, because I spend most of my time traveling. I have 104,000 miles on a 2.5-year-old car. I don't live a static life. I travel probably 1,000 miles per week. So it's more efficient in that manner, and I think it would play to my lifestyle. But that may change in 5 years. That may change now, So, but right now, if you ask me right now, what would my next car be? That's what it would be. After that, probably a Ford Transit Connect. After that, who knows? As I get older and older, it may eventually be an RV. But right now, that's kind of how it looks. But again, I love my Jeep Renegade. I have no plans to trade it in. I don't have car fever. I would like to keep this car for another 7 years. Now, God forbid, can something happen tomorrow or me change my mind tomorrow? Yeah. But I'm not like itchy, like I want a new car or I need a new car. As long as the car is safe and it drives me, I love my Jeep Renegade. I'm not like, you know what I mean, trying to itch for anything new. Thank you. Good question. Tima, you said you'll need brakes soon. Yep. That will be the first time since buying the Jeep. Yes. I had them checked before I came down here to Florida because I got a tune-up. I got my spark plugs changed and just a couple minor things in the summer. And I said, well, I'm going to replace the brakes too because I got 100,000 miles on it. Usually average brakes, 30, 40,000, 2 years, 4 years, depending. So I said, I got 100,000 miles on this car. So I probably should proactively change the brakes. They weren't squeaking. They weren't struggling. So I took them to the shop. They took off the tires and they checked the pads, the brake pads and the rotors. And I went there. I was in the shop with them. I looked and they said, no, you still got about half the lifetime expectancy on these things. And I looked at them. They're Mopar parts, and they were true. So, I thought maybe because of the high mileage that, it may be time to proactively replace them, but it wasn't. So, I mean, I do a lot of highway mileage, so I'm doing cruise control. I'm not stopping and going. That may preserve the life expectancy of them. But I have to be mindful. That would probably be the next major thing. Rick Chan, have you done timing chain belt yet? No. Transmission? No. Engine condition? Overall good. Yeah, I haven't done anything else like that yet. Spark plugs, which is in the engine. There was a thermostat that went bad in the engine. I replaced that. I didn't replace it, but I had it replaced, paid for it. Other than that, just minor things. Nothing major. So again, the car in age is relatively new. It's only 2.5 years old. In mileage, it's relatively old. It's over 100,000 miles. So, they kind of balance each other out a little bit for now. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Love and respect. True Colors. How many miles you walk today? Probably about 5 miles. I try to walk, and they recommend that the average person walk about 10,000 steps per day, which is about 5 miles. And right now, to sustain my weight, that's what I do. Every hour I get up, I just walk for 10 minutes. And then during lunch, I take a little bit longer walk. And then at evening, I take a long walk. And that's just how I do it. I keep that blood flowing. Like when I was in my heavy weight loss mode, when I got 350 pounds and I could barely tie my shoes and I could barely wipe my ass, I had to get very intense to lose a lot of weight. So I was at a certain point where after I got my wind back and I lost 20, 30, 40 pounds, then I started really walking like fucking like a madman, like 20 miles per day, walking from the Brooklyn Bridge to Harlem. I mean, and if you don't know, like the Brooklyn Bridge is on one side of Manhattan and Harlem is like on the other side of Manhattan. And I don't know how many fucking miles it is. I Google that. And I would walk back and forth. I mean, it was crazy. And I would go to every park I could find in New Jersey and I would just walk all day on my off days. And that's it. Again, I was in an intense mode and I was in my early 30s. So I was like, now's the time. I was intense. But that's what it took. Now I had to balance that out. And that's what I did. Like right now, all I'm doing is sustaining my weight. I'm not adding weight. I'm not losing weight. I'm just sustaining it. But everything in life has different journeys. T-Dot, have a good night, YouTube. YouTube is annoying tonight. I'm sorry. I'll work on how to figure it out and how to send smoke signals instead. T-Dot, don't self-criticize yourself. I love you for you. T-Dot, I love you for you. I don't want you to change. I am not in the business of trying to change people. I don't want you to feel insecure. Ask your questions however you want to ask. I'm just having fun, but I love you. I respect you. I'm not trying to. Don't change. Just be you. And if somebody don't like it, F them. Because I know. My everyday vehicle is a 2004 Mercury Mountaineer, okay? It has been extremely reliable. I'm not mad at that. It's all-wheel drive. That's a win. That's a win. I'm not mad at that. And the Mercuries, I sat in a couple of them. They're very comfortable. like I said, the biggest downside with the Jeep Renegade, the seats are very uncomfortable and not inspiring. But I'm thankful. But that's what it is. Now, look, every day, we would like to hit a home run. But the reality is, just getting up to plate is a win. Getting out of your chair and moving, that's a win. Even striking out, look, it's better than sitting in the dugout, right? And if you can get a single, that's a blessing. Take that. And if you can get a triple, blessing. And if you can get a home run, praise the Lord. But no matter what you do in life, you got to get up to the plate. You know what I'm saying? Joseph, looking massive, Sammy. What's your number one rap mix on bench? Well, right now, I'm just kind of being consistent. Back in the day, I don't know what I was throwing on, like 245s and 25 on each side. Today, what I have on 45 on each side and 210s on each side. So what's that? 90 plus 20 on each side. Right, so we got 40. So 130 plus whatever the bar was. It's probably about 150, something like that. But my max back in the day, I don't know, probably a 200, something like that. But that's how I hurt myself too. When I was lifting very heavy weights, I wasn't changing my diet, because your weight management and your health has 80% to do about what you eat, not how much you work out. And I lost basically 200 pounds, not by working out, by stop eating bad stuff. So, I only work out for like 15, 20 minutes, and I don't work out like a madman. I eat a plant-based diet. That is the biggest game changer. Not benching, not going crazy, plant-based diet. And I don't eat too much. Not like how I used to. I used to stuff myself to sleep. And then I roll over, take a dookie, and then 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm eating cold chicken lo mein, watching Sports Center. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't doing that living Jeep Renegade. Then you're gonna need a bucket, take a dump in your car. I don't take a dump in my car, all right? I don't do that. All right, why? Because my body's regulated, man. I'm eating healthy. You're out there, you thinking like you're gonna eat like buffalo chicken wings at night, and you're gonna go in the back of your Mercury, and you're gonna watch me on YouTube. You're gonna be taking a dump, and you damn sure at a campground or something like. It's gonna be crazy. You don't want to do that. All right, take care of yourself, guys. Gilbert, Sammy, looking good. Thank you, brother. Love and respect, Gilbert. Let's drink some more ice water. That. Good job. Chima, how quickly did the pounds drop? Good question. With your strict diet. Well, in the beginning, I didn't have a strict diet. My first step and your first step to losing weight is stop eating out. I was eating out almost every day. I stopped eating out and I dropped like 30 pounds, just shed right off me without even trying. And I was still eating a lot. I still was having Doritos, but I stopped eating out. I stopped ordering Chinese. I stopped eating pizza. I stopped eating fried chicken. I stopped eating Wendy's. And one day a week, I would still have a cheat day on Sundays. But just not eating out during the weekdays and only having one cheat day, I lost like 30 pounds. And I didn't work out. I didn't walk. I didn't do anything. So the next thing I did, then I started to walk. And then I lost about another 10 pounds. And then I said, all right, well, I'm going to try to, instead of just like cooking meat, I'm going to try to eat some salads and cut down on the chips and stuff with my homemade cooked meal. Because I always still have Doritos, sour cream and onion chips from Lay's. Ooh, and I dipped the sour cream and onion chips in ketchup. Praise the Lord. But I cut a little bit of that back. Then I dropped like another 20 pounds. So now I'm walking, and then I met a hot Asian girl. And then I said, well, I'm going to cut the cheat days out. Then I cut the cheat days out. Then I lost like another 50 pounds. Then before I know it, I was down to like straight skinny Sammy. Now I was too skinny. A couple girls said, Sam, you're too skinny. But I wasn't ready to eat again because then I had like an eating disorder. Then I was like, I'm scared to eat anything because now I just lost all this weight. I don't want to go back to being, like obese again. And I had to figure out a balance. And what I figured out was plant-based diet. And gradually over, because mentally, I got to a point mentally, I was scared to eat anything. And that's weird from going obese, like from eating everything. And then you lose so much weight. I was scared to eat anything. So it's like I saw both sides of the spectrum. I saw, you know, like uh, like I'm 500 pounds, help me channel, to like anorexia in the hospital channel. Like I saw both extremes of life, and I had to find that middle ground. It was a great experience, but it was very interesting. World Citizen, what's up, brother? Do you have to take any vitamin supplements on your plant-based diet? No. Thanks, brother. No, you don't. Most proteins, most vitamins can all be found in whole foods. The only time you should have to take supplements is if you have a DNA or some type of physical element that your body does not absorb vitamins. Vitamins from GNC, supplements from Vitamin Shop, they are not regulated by the FDA, and they're highly concentrated forms of vitamins and nutrients. And it makes your liver and your kidney works harder. Your liver and your kidneys are filters. And when you take highly concentrated supplements, it makes your liver and your kidneys work harder, and it could actually hurt you. So the only one you may, there's B12 and different things like that. You can all get naturally. You can get B12 from eating Cheerios. You don't need to take, so if you do enough research, for most people, there's exceptions. For most people, you shouldn't have to take any vitamins. Most people. Love and respect. Joseph, thanks for the info, Sam. Thanks for the question. I appreciate that. Gilbert, lots of water. Does it affect you much? Just I got to pee a lot. But it's good. I feel like alive. Again, like every night now, like I just ate 2 bananas and 2 health bars. I feel alive. Like I don't feel like I did like after I eat mushroom pizza with Lay's sour cream and onion chips. I felt like dead. You know what I mean? Like now, I still feel alive. Like I'm going to go for an evening walk. I'm going to take a shower. And I'm going to feel alive. It's very magical. But it took me a while to get there. I know it's not easy. Peppa Pig, what's up? Processed food killing America. We're getting better. In Europe, especially Germany, been all GMOs. Yeah, I'm not a big GMO guy. I'm a more like, look, it's just, GMO stands for genetically modified organism or something like that. But that's not what's killing people. What's killing people is sodium. What's killing people is fat. It's sugar. Okay? So what's killing you is chocolate, cheese, all that. It doesn't matter if it's non-GMO. If you're having too much sugar, you have to look at the back of food labels. How many sugar grams is in that? Not how many GMOs, how much sugar grams. How many sugar grams should one person have per day? For a man, no more than 38 grams of sugar per day. Added sugar. For a woman, no more than 25 grams of added sugar. So how much sodium should a person have per day? No more than 2,300 milligrams. You have to know your sodium intake and your sugar intake more than you have to worry about GMOs. GMOs, like there's plenty of vegans and there's plenty of people that like worry about GMOs and they're overweight and they're unhealthy. Why? Because they're not reading food labels. They're more worried about the GMO thing. Now the GMO thing, I'm not like discounting it, but what I'm saying is that's not going to make you lose 200 pounds. You can eat all non-GMO all you want, but you're still going to be overweight. Barely tying your shoes. Taking a dump, and you got to have like the back scratcher to get to your butt. That happens. Got to be careful. Good job. And Montecito, Montecito's a publicly traded corporation that just got a corporate tax cut, and they basically make GMOs. Grocery don't last very long preservatives. I'm not mad GMOs per se. I kind of just broke it down, but I understand what you're saying. You're heard. Leno, how much do you weigh today? About 210. Between 210 and 220, I float there. I've been that way for about 2 years. 2 years prior to that, I was about 175. That's actually the recommended weight for my height is 100, and my body frame about 175 pounds. So technically, about a book, I'm about 25 pounds or so overweight. But I'm good here. This is a good weight for me. I'm happy with it. And so I enjoy life because look, when you don't eat any, I don't have any unhealthy treats, but I overeat a little bit healthy stuff. But I enjoy life that way. So I'm able to find an enjoyment of life without totally depriving myself, but while still staying healthy. That takes a while to find that balance. Not easy. Gleno, them chocolate Twinkies are a bomb. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. Believe me. Did I like chocolate Twinkies? No. But what I liked was Hershey almond chocolate bars. I liked Snickers. I like Kit Kats. I used to put them in my freezer, and then like just chewing. I used to like of course, strawberry ice cream with chocolate sprinkles. Carvel had the bomb mint chocolate chip ice cream with sugar cones. Yeah, I was heavy in the food game. I was 350 pounds. I was heavy, man. But what I could tell you is it gets to a dark place too. So you gotta be careful. Good job, Joseph. Sugar intake should come from fruits mostly. Yes, but the sugar intake in fruits is naturally occurring sugar. That is different than the sugar intake from added sugars. Okay, so added sugar is like the sugar that you put in your coffee if you do that, or sugar that's found in a boxed health bar or candy bar. A natural occurring sugar in a banana is not the same thing. So that 38 gram limit does not include like natural occurring sugars that are found in fruits. Why? Because fruits and vegetables, they have fiber that counteract that naturally occurring sugar. When you have sugar in a candy bar, the fiber isn't there, and it's not a whole food. It's a processed manufactured food. And so fiber is a kind of a counterbalance in a whole food of sugars, and it's a different organism almost, Free to be me, back scratcher. Oh yeah, that's real life, bro. Crazy. Glen Oak. You're about my size. I'm 5'8" and 175. I'm not mad at that. You're in pretty good shape. That's pretty good. Glen Oak, you got all the girls, man. I'm not mad at you. All right, guys and girls, and some robots out there. I gave it my best tonight. Was it good enough? For some people, maybe. For some people, maybe not. But I'm just trying to grow and go forward and be thankful. And this also gives me time to have a little fun. Life isn't always about even though I try to give a serious topic, try to make this worthwhile. Look, also I'm having fun. You gotta have a little fun in life too. You can't be too serious. Gilbert, why would you say it's so hard to eat right, Samuel? Because it is. It's only by the grace of God that I got my life together. That's why I'm not prideful in it. Like I said, my mom struggles with food her whole life. She's still obese. I don't judge her. I used to be like, Mom, why don't you just stop eating and this, and I'm not going to go pick up any more food for you. But she just can't help herself. And now as I get older and I've been through more of life and I failed in different areas, I realize that not everyone has the same strengths. So some people may be able to get their health together, but they can't get their finances together. Some people may be able to get their finances together, but they can't get their relationships together. Some people may be able to get their relationships together, but they can't get their attitude together. Everyone struggles with different things. And I've been through the struggle of the weight. And so I can testify that, yes, it came from research, tenacity, and doing all the things I shared with you. But it also came with the grace of God. And that's my testimony. Pet a pig. Great topic tonight, Sam. Thank you. I'll take a compliment when I can get one. And I appreciate that. And I want to say that right back to you, Peppa Pig. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for everyone who reaches and leaves a comment on the page, man. Because believe me, it helps me not be alone. I appreciate that. Another great talk tonight. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And same to you. I want to give the same back. Give as you have received. Joseph, make a video about your tats. All right, maybe I will one day. Thank you. That's a good suggestion. Gilbert, thanks, Sammy. All right. The final thing I'll leave on tonight. Look at those palm trees. The final thing I'll leave on tonight is don't extend the conversation. I say that often. I want you to remember that. I love you too, brother. Love you, free to be me. Love you, Gilbert. When someone's tired, don't extend the conversation. When someone is hungry, don't extend the conversation. When someone is over emotional, don't extend the conversation. And when you have said everything you need to say, don't just say, well, just end it. Learning to walk away gracefully is a gift, and it's wisdom. And Zelda, have a good night also. Thank you for your support. All right, peace and love. King Genius in the house. Thumbs up, Sammy. Thank you. I appreciate that. King Genius. What'd you say? You take a hot chick on the survey? I think you said hot chick. I don't remember. Oh, he said smart chick. Because he said if she's smart, she'll figure out how to get money. I'm not mad at that. King Genius, smart brother from Polk County. Love and respect.